Hello, this is Will Randall from Freeman Gold. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll walk you through the company. We are a new company, got listed earlier this year after making the acquisition of the Lemhi Gold project that is located in the US. It has a historical resource defined in the 80s and the 90s of anywhere between 800,000 and 1.2 million ounces at surface, open pittable, and with an oxidized component that is heap leachable. We are in the process of drilling off this deposit with a 5,000 meter diamond drill program that will make a 43-101 compliant resource estimate within Q1 2021. We are a team that has been working in the mining industry for over 20 years with a track record of success in building companies that focus on a single asset and driving it through the resource stage, feasibility stage, and getting it production ready, which includes a good handle on the permitting process within a compressed period of time. So we plan to take the Lemhi project through these stages within just a few years and get it ready for a production decision as quickly as possible. So looking forward, what we're doing, we've raised $10.3 million, so we're well funded for the exploration programs that are underway. We currently have 2 diamond drills operating on site. As I mentioned before, drilling within the historical resource area with the idea of bringing that historical resource to a 43-101 compliant resource estimate within Q1 2021. We will have drill results out from this ongoing drill program between now and then with just over 5,000 meters completed within November. Post that, we will follow the initial resource stage drilling with what we call our resource expansion drilling. This deposit is wide open on strike and at depth. So we will initiate in Q2 2021 another 5,000 plus meter drill program targeting on strike and at depth zones to increase the resource into a 1.5-2 million ounce category that we feel is achievable based on indications that we already have from previous drilling. And later on in 2021, we would be drilling off the target, satellite targeting, we call it, that is underway right now. We're covering the area with geophysics and prospecting, sampling, geochem sampling as well, to delineate satellite targets. And also we are conducting a 3D IP over the known deposit area to see if we can find the higher grade feeder zones. This more greenfield and blue sky exploration will take place in the second half of 2021. This is the team. As I mentioned, I'm the President, CEO, and Director. Bassam is our CFO, and we work alongside Paul Matizik, which we have done over a few companies previously as well. Our VP Exploration, Dean, and Tom Panuli is our VP Corporate Development, complement the team. And as you can see from this slide, we are a team that has done it before. We've created numerous successful companies, of which 4 of them are currently in production. And you can see a combined value creation here of well in excess of $3 billion with sales of close to $2.8 billion as well over the last 20 years. This is the quick location, kind of get you where we are located in Idaho. As you can see, we are just 20 miles north of the Bear Track mine. And for a lot of the history, these 2 assets were owned by the same companies, where particularly Meridian Gold that was operating the Bear Track mine acquired the Lemhi Gold property to put it in production as well and process in the same facility. So here's our diamond drill program, the phase 1. We've completed most of the drilling that you see there, which are the yellow dots. The black dots are the historical drilling, which, as I said, was completed primarily in the 80s and the 90s by FMC AGR. And as you can see, it is well within the historical resource area, which is that black line, that's the block model outline, with the idea of making this 43-101 compliant within Q1 of 2021. And here are some of the historical drill results right through this zone. As you can see, it is dominated by flatline structures that control the mineralization. And this has two advantages. One is it makes it more amenable to open pit mining and lowering the strip ratio, versus vertically stacked, which is more typical in the area. And it also allows a high-grade starter pit. As you can see, we do get red zones, which are the high-grade zones right near surface, well within the oxidized portion of the deposit. So we like that feature of this, that should, when we get to the financial modeling, provide positive IRR and short payback periods. That brings you to Q1, the end of Q1 2021, with our initial resource estimate within the historical resource area, which is roughly 1 million ounces at just over 1 gram per ton, most of that heap leachable and open pittable. We would then turn our attention to grow this resource, and as you can see on this slide here, we would focus primarily on strike, where the oxidized portion is presumably still available, and heap leachable as well. And as you can see, we're not sort of going beyond existing drilling. We're staying within historical drilling that just hasn't been tied to the main resource area. We're also going to be targeting areas of depth. We have clear indications that this deposit does extend at depth based on our current drilling that has gone a little bit deeper. So between those two areas, we hope to get this deposit into that 1.5 2 million ounce range with a revised and increased resource estimate within H1 2021, so in the first half of the year, around July. The other intangibles here, and another reason why we love this project and wanted to get involved, is a lot of work has been done on the permitting and metallurgical fronts by the companies that owned it in the 80s, 90s, and also in 2011 and 2012. As you can see, these are photographs of the area. So we don't have a river, we don't have a lake, we don't have any fish-bearing water bodies in or around the property. And we don't have a community that lives right on the deposit, or any of those sort of major items that could cause delays in permitting. And because we've had a wealth of baseline data already used by previous operators, they also didn't find any sort of major obstacles to permitting, which allows us to be secure that we will be able to permit this, but also by using all of that data, including piezometers that are already on the property, shorten the time frame to production by shortening the permitting time frame. And thank you very much for listening. We put a great team together to move this project forward with an initial resource focused phase, and then moving on to engineering and financial studies, with the idea of getting this production ready in the shortest time frame possible. Thank you very much for listening.